Hello, you girls and guys. This is RDASMR. And today we're going to take a look at my 126 scale mail truck collection. These mail trucks are 126 scale, and they exist in their own little world here. This little world is the post office world. All the vehicles in this world are postal trucks. This one is a standard postal truck, Jeep postal truck. You can see all the details on the truck. You can see the Jeep stamped into the back. And you can see they have the separate yellow turn signals on the back, so that your turn signaling can be more easily noticed. They all have sliding doors, and they're all right-hand drive, so you can easily deliver the mail. And this one is the firefighter. Because they wanted to sell more of these models, but they wanted to make some they didn't have to pay the post office for licensing. And this one is the school bus. You see, in this world, when the woman gives birth, the child is small enough to hold in the palm of your hand until you graduate the 6th grade. So to take the kids home, it's very easy. The postal school bus driver just delivers them in the mail because they are small. It does make childbirth easier and educational learning facilities more compact. And this one is just a regular civilian Jeep. It's blue, but it doesn't have any kind of markings. You can see they delivered the kids from the school though right there with the school bus when the day is over. And this one is another of that same mail truck, but this one is driven by Bees in His Eyes Bloomer. Bloomer was a real postal worker. It wasn't just a silly thing I made in my video. He lived alone. He cross-dressed. He would take trips to Africa to kill exotic animals. He was a very strange man. And over here we can see a different variety of mail truck. It's similar to the other kind, but it's a different paint scheme. Still has the sliding doors, you see. And you can see the post office over here. The post office manager is a 7-foot-tall Amazonian woman named Tanya. She's a furious woman, and that's why the post office glows red. It glows red from the fire in her eyes. And here we can see the police force is also a mail truck. It's different from the plain blue one. It's a police fighter. Interceptor vehicle. You can slide the doors open to very easily place the criminal suspects in custody. These models, the back doors don't open, but that's probably a good thing because the postal Jeeps were very unreliable, you see. If you didn't lock the back door, then the back door would pop open and all the mail or police suspects or tiny children would fall out the back because the door would pop open unless you locked it. Let's take a look around the postal village. Just have a touch. We have a clockmaker because rectangle phones haven't taken over in this dimension yet. We have the school, which we've already seen. And we have the McAllister residence. The evil post office, as we've seen already. The law office or the criminals can get an attorney. And this building here is the police station. And over here is the flower man and his wife. They live in here with the many children. And up on the hill there's the tiny people town hall. Although it's a 1/26 scale society, they're ruled by tinies in their hierarchy. And here we see the home of the legendary shopping bird. He lives in a tiny house with his wife next to the library. He lives a very simple existence. Going to town and shopping is his life. He loves to fly into town and go shopping. That's his whole life. And over here is the toy shop where they make 1/26 scale postal trucks that are 1/26 scale within this 1/26 scale dimension, so they're even tinier than these ones. I hope you liked my tour of my 1/26 scale dimension, where there's nothing but postal trucks. Postal Jeep trucks, they're the only motor vehicle in this dimension. But surprisingly, they all use different engines and transmissions. So it's not as smooth of an infrastructure as you might think. It has a lot of issues. And the Jeeps, they ride really harsh. Not because they're toys, but because the real thing rides as if it's a solid suspension that's welded to the frame. Your tiny little children may bounce out of the little school bus if we're not careful, so we have to drive slow and carefully. Alright, you guys, I'm gonna take you home. We'll just climb in, close the door, and I'll drive you home and put you in the mailbox. There we are. Driving you home now. I'm going to sleep as we drive you home.